I'm gonna do it like that. It's been a long time coming and we came. You're welcome. I'm Raxiel Liz and you're listening to We Alive and Living. Ooh-wee. I couldn't wait to get to this topic. This topic gonna ruffle some feathers. This topic gonna upset some bitches. And I don't mean that like girls. I'm talking about punk ass motherfuckers. People that, just bitches. I know what I'm saying. Stop making me break it down so much. Okay. The topic at hand is compromising versus adapting. Compromising versus adapting. The two get confused so much, especially in relationships. Mostly marriage. People confuse compromising and adapting so much that I would think it's safe to say that fucking 75% of failed relationships is due to that confusion of the word. Compromising and adapting. Again, everything is opinionated. These are my opinion, my thought process, my collectiveness of situations, experience, and outcomes that bring me to this point. Let's focus on compromising. Compromising in a relationship is borderline, like giving up your rights to a certain extent. I like eating cereal on the couch, right? Like sitting on the couch and eating cereal. Now my wife, this is not a real example, I'm just giving you an example. My wife don't like it when I eat cereal on the couch. She always says you should eat cereal at the table. I'm like, I'm not spilling nothing. Nothing's happening here. And this is a stupid example, but I'm starting small so we can all get it. I'm not spilling nothing. I haven't shown you any reasons to not like it. I haven't spilled any before. It's not like I spilled it and cleaned it. Nothing's happening for you to be arguing with me about why I can't eat cereal at the couch. I pay rent here. I pay mortgage here. I am part of this household. We're a team. Why can I enjoy it the way I want to enjoy it if this is my place of sanctuary? Oh, it's just annoying to me. I'll eat cereal at the table. Damn. Yeah, that's what the table's for. So eat the cereal there. All right. Now I'm further away from the TV. Oh, I just don't fucking like eating cereal at this fucking table. I've always ate cereal at the couch. Always. So how the fuck I gotta eat at the table now? You're giving up that good feeling, right? You're giving up liking to eat cereal at the couch. That was a stupid example, I know, but you get it. That's compromising. Compromising is different in a lot of situations, but in a relationship we're talking about. Compromising is meeting somebody halfway, right? Like that's what they call it. But a lot of times when you meet halfway and and the relationship starts becoming this big fucking compromise. Meet each other halfway. You're going to get to the point that all you have is half. Half of what exactly? Half of each other? Now you don't have the whole me no more. Now you got this other motherfucker. I done compromised so fucking much. You know what I've noticed about compromising, especially in relationships? Compromising never stops. And what I mean by that is, once you compromise once, you're always expected to compromise again. Remember that. Once you compromise once, you're always expected to compromise again. It's like going to a store and you make a deal. You want to buy this camera that costs $200. And you keep asking the guy, yo, come on, man, work with me. Give it to me for $150. He gives it to you for $150. Then you come back another day and you want to buy a lens for the camera. Now you're expecting a discount again. because he gave you a discount once. And he look out. Boom. Now every time you go in there, you want some kind of hookup. Because you start saying stupid shit like, come on, man, I shop here all the time. Come on, man, you know me. Come on, man, I'm a valued customer. No, the fuck you not. Every customer is valued. The fucking camera costs $200. Get the fuck out of here. It's $200 here, it's $200 over there. Go find that shit for $150 somewhere else. Now, if you bought like a bundle of shit and you pay mad money, you buying the lens, you buying the camera, you buying this, you buying that, you buying this, you buying that, and he give you a discount on the camera, that's a different situation. Cool. You bought a whole bunch of shit, he could take that L a little bit. That's why you just want the one camera and you want a discount. Get the fuck out of here. Compromising for a situation. You're always expected to do it again. Now, before people start ripping my head off and be like, oh, but in the marriage you gotta compromise. All right, calm down. Save your pitchforks and flames. Give me a second, let me finish. You can keep them lit up if you want. Just let me finish. Compromising is giving up a piece of yourself to make another party happy, to meet them halfway in their happiness. Then this is the problem with that. The problem I have with that. Yeah, you love the person, so you should be able to compromise. But later on, the truth starts coming out. After you sat at that fucking table long enough eating that damn cereal, you start missing that couch. You start missing that reclining on the couch and shit, eating cereal. You start missing being close to the TV. TV just not that entertaining no more when you eat cereal in the morning, watching cartoons, sitting at this fucking table, because you're sitting there, wood table or whatever, you got your elbows on this motherfucker, you just want to hold your bowl, you just all uncomfortable, you can't lean back, you just fuck. It don't feel as good as what it was before. Start losing your taste for cereal or some shit. But you want to sit at that couch again. You start doing stupid shit like sitting at the couch when he or she not home. Start sitting at the couch eating cereal when he or she not home. When she go to sleep, you want to sit on the couch and eat cereal. Now you're eating cereal at 1 o'clock in the morning because you just want that feeling again. So you start sneaking around to do it. Because the true you starts coming out. The real you starts coming out. You understand? It's like when you first meet a girl or guy, or you first meet a person, and you go on a date, and you start doing stupid shit, like taking them somewhere extravagant. You compromise, because in your mind, your thought process, you just want to go eat, right? You want to go get to know this person. You're just like, yeah, I want to get to know you, so why the fuck would I take you to the fanciest place I could think of? Because I wouldn't normally go there to eat and chill. Wouldn't you want to go somewhere with somebody you like to eat and chill where it is that you like to go? If you like going to the coffee shop, let's say Starbucks, you like going to Starbucks, kick it, have a good convo with your people, you feel good, you have your little bagel, your Danish, whatever, your coffee, your frappuccino, cappuccino, crappafino, whatever. You have all that and you chopping it up and you laughing, good conversation, right? It don't even matter where you could be at fucking McDonald's. If you're having good conversation, you having good conversation. The atmosphere don't matter 9 out of 10 times. You are the atmosphere. You're not going there for the other people. Yeah, you go places for good food and all that and this and this and that. But, motherfucker, I don't know you. And I don't eat at Outback every day. I don't eat at Longhorns. Shit, not even Chili's every day. So why the fuck am I going to set the standards of me taking you to a place because I take you to Longhorn today, I take you to Carrabba's tomorrow, I take you to Maggiano's the next day, I take you to Outback this day. By the 5th date, you're like, okay, this is the standards. It's because you're compromising. You wanna impress this person. You're doing some shit. And then all of a sudden, the real you starts coming out. You want to take them to Chick-fil-A and Starbucks and get a little White Castle burger. And they're like, what the fuck you doing? I don't want this bullshit. They start saying shit like, oh, I remember you used to take me here. I'm like, no, motherfucker. I was compromising because I know that's what you expected. I know I knew blah, 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 blah. You see where it's going now? That's why compromising is a dangerous word. Now, let's get off compromise for a second, because I know a lot of y'all want to chop my head off the way I'm focusing on that word. Hold compromising there. Now, let's add adapting. Adaptation. This is what should be implemented, especially into relationships. Now, whoever want to argue me, let's argue. Fuck out of here. You're not going to win this fight. I'm trying to give you knowledge. I'm trying to help you here. Adapting. It's a whole different ball game than fucking compromising. If I care about you, I love you as a friend, female, a man, whatever. I love you, right? I care about you. I want your company. I want you around all the time. Why would I want to change shit about you? You like eating cereal on the couch? I don't like that too much. So let's adapt. You like eating cereal on the couch. So let's make that couch area good for you to the point that it's good for me. Put a little table next to it, like a little TV dinner stand type thing. You know, little foldable tables. Put that next to you when you're on the couch. Just for it could ease my state of mind. Now, you might look at it like, oh, but see, you compromising because you're allowing them. No, you're adapting. Let your environment be your environment. You care about this person, right? You don't want them to tell you what not what to do, but you don't want them to change something that you like to do. If you like going to the bathroom and taking a shit with the water running, you're going to run the water bill. But let's say you could afford it, right? Okay. Taking shit with the water running. And you've been doing that your whole life. And they're like, yo, man, shit, I hate when you take a shit with the water running, man. Damn, why you do that? Now you taking this shit, no water running. It's quiet. You upset. You got to start doing stupid shit like going on your phone and hear water running apps and shit on YouTube or something. You compromise it, right? After, yeah, I compromise because he or she don't like that, so, I had to do that, do that. After a while, you start messing that shit. You start doing it in public bathrooms. Start turning on the water on a QT and shit. Taking this shit in public bathrooms on purpose just to have that experience again. That's why you should adapt. Compromising is giving up something to please the other party. Adapting is finding a way to coexist and loving it. Adapting is finding a way to coexist together. You love this person, right? Adapt. You met this person, you fell in love with them to become their partner, right? To become their friend or roommate, whatever the case may be. Adapt. Now, adapt to the point where it's not adaptable, but don't compromise, because when you compromise, the real you starts coming out later. Now, compromising is cool on certain situations. We're not going to get into that, but it doesn't involve in a relationship and stuff like that. Compromising at a job is different. You don't belong, the job don't belong to you. Not that the person belongs to you. You know what I mean? Like, that's not your job. Like, it's your job, but you don't own that job. They could get rid of you whenever they want to. Compromising when you go somewhere to the movie theater, they're like, look, you can't bring food in here. You don't argue them down, do you? You just be like, that's the rules. Rules? You got to compromise because rules is the rules. When you're driving in a new car, that shit is fast as fuck. Shit go from 0 to 100 real quick, but you can only go 35 in the speed limit. You compromise, right? You really want to fucking go fast, but you don't because you can't. That's compromising. You understand the rules. You compromise things you want to do in the way you're used to doing them. For the everyday life, the regular shit. But don't compromise in your sanctuary. Don't compromise in your household. Don't compromise in your relationship and in your marriage and in the transparency. Don't compromise that. Adapt. When you adapt, you become stronger with that person. Understand the reason I like something. You love them, right? Why you can't take time to understand it? The shit don't just fall in place. Yeah, it's great when things just fall in place. But ask yourself a lot of times, if something annoys you, why is it annoying you? Stop being so fucking silly about it. Somebody likes to take a shit with the door open. Yo, I don't want to see you shitting. Stop looking. Yo, I don't want to smell it. Get away from them. Walk away from the fucking door. There goes your problem. There goes your solution. Not only that, let's say somebody's cooking. Every time they cook great, right? This person cooks fantastic, but they always leave a mess in the kitchen. Adapt. They cook, you clean. They clean, you cook, whatever the case may be. Or adapt. Put things around them that can help them keep it clean. Yo, I'm putting this towel or this thing here so when you cook and just hit it up real quick. It's not a big deal. All right. You adapt and you condition them. You be like, yo, when you finish cooking, just wipe it down here. You know, you say that to a person 2 or 3 times, you start creating new tactics. You're not taking nothing away. Adding things is not compromising. Compromising is subtracting. Adapting is getting comfortable with the situation and adding things that can make it better for both parties. You understand? Compromising is subtracting. Adapting is learning to live with it and adding subject matter to make it better for both parties. There's nothing better than living in a household where you come home and you can literally do whatever you want, right? And the person that you care about doesn't have a problem with it. And I'm sure a lot of guys can relate to this. You love playing video games, right? And I'm sure a lot of girls too, but let's be honest, it's mostly guys that get caught with this situation. You like playing video games, or you like watching a sports game, whatever the case may be, and they feel, you know, your partner might feel like you're not giving them attention, or you play that too much, whatever the case may be. Adapt. Adapt, adapt, adapt. If he or she's not playing the video game and watching the sports game, but they were outside barbecuing, you wouldn't have a problem. You just be out there barbecuing and standing right there talking to them, right? All right then. So get your book or do something. Get your laptop. Sit next to your man or girl and do whatever the fuck you was doing, but just do it next to them. You'll be surprised at how much a conversation will start. Now, if you an asshole and you like playing video games and zoning the fuck out, you need to adapt as well and learn to know how to have your partner next to you, have a conversation and play the game, and you're adding to it. You're building a foundation. Make that the new normal. You're adding, you're not subtracting it. Yeah, some people might look at it like, oh, well, see, I'm compromising my focus. No, you're not. No, you're not. Shut up. You're adapting. Adapting is when you get to do the situation you like together, and you add a few things along the way to make it good for both parties. Compromising is when you're subtracting subject matter from what it is that the parties are talking about. Listen, when you play the game, can you at least turn the volume or put it on mute so we could talk? Now you playing the game with no fucking volume. You can't hear the You can't hear that shit. Shit ain't fun. You know what I'm saying? That's why you should adapt. Put the volume at a certain level. It feels good. The person's next to you. You talk, you're right next to you. Yeah, what's up? You're talking. Now, at times, I know gamers, we be online, and we got the headphones on, so, you know, you're talking to your friends, whatever. That's a different situation. That's when you adapt. Look, I'm going to play with my peoples, set that standards. I'm going to play with my peoples at this time, boom, boom, boom. I would love for you to be next to me. You chilling, you can watch Netflix with the headphones on or whatever the case may be, or read your book or do some work, whatever the case. Be next to me, boom, boom, boom. You adapt, be together. Your environment's supposed to be fun, supposed to be happy, exciting. Not, oh man, I come home now, I gotta fucking sit down and fucking do this and this and that. No, adapt. When you adapt, you create the space where you're happy with each other, you're comfortable with each other and what each other does. You add things to make the situation better for both parties, and you'll find yourself in a new comfort zone with each other, a better one that will open up doors to do different things. Not only that, it's open. I've seen it, witnessed it, and experienced it, where it opened up doors to make the other party at hand interested in what you're doing. For example, my wife, she's not a gamer, never was a gamer, doesn't like gaming. But being around and adapting, she's like, you know, She'll watch me play games. She'll get her laptop. She'll watch some Netflix, or she'll do some work, whatever the case may be, versus leaving to a whole nother room where I don't see her and she don't see me. She'll be next to me. We'll talk a little bit as I'm playing. And sometimes she'll lift her head up and start looking. I'll look over to the right like, whoa, what's that you doing? Oh, we start talking, chopping it up. The game starts looking interesting, the storyline or something, or the characters. I start giving insight on what it is that she's doing. Then all of a sudden, I'm interested in that. She's interested in this. All of a sudden, when I get off the game, I start asking about that. And when I'm playing games, she starts following the story, liking the story to the point that she wants to give it a try. We're adapting. We're evolving. We're growing together versus subtracting things and trying to make your partner like you and you becoming like your partner. Like, that's not how it's going to work. You don't want to be your partner, and your partner don't want to be you, and you don't want your partner to be you. You want them to be them and be exciting and be the reason you fell in love with them. You adapt and you add to make it good for both parties. Don't compromise. You know this person's social security number. You know this person's insides. You have sex, right? You fuck. You had kids together. You trust each other. You know how much is in the bank account. That's another subject. And if you don't, you have a problem. You know how much money you got. You know everything about each other. You want each other to always want to be around each other. You want each other to be better than hanging out with your friends. You want each other to be like, my friends told me to come out, man, but I'd rather just stay home and chill with you. I'd rather go out with you. See what I'm saying? You adapt, you add, you evolve to the point that you guys become inseparable. And then you start hanging out with friends and shit where you hear them saying like, oh, my fucking partner bugging, blah, 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 blah. I've been around environments where I hear problems after problems after problems. Now I'm like in my mind like, damn, man, like if you would just adapted and added and evolved, you'd be in a whole different fucking atmosphere. But y'all compromised so much that all y'all know how to do is compromise to keep the other party happy because you don't want to argue, to the point that when the compromising becomes uncompromisable, in other words, when you start being a person that you didn't want to be to begin with, you start doing shit that you didn't want to do to begin with, the real you starts coming out. And what I mean by that is, all right, so I'm not going to do these things no more because it upsets my partner. After a while, you want to do these things that here and there you might do it or do something similar to it. Boom, fight. You can only be fake for so long. And some people might say, oh, when you adapt, you're being fake. No, you're not. You're still being you. You're still doing what you want to do. You're just doing it in the presence of another person. You're just still being you. And that person, you're with them forever, right? You're with them for as long as you live. There's always something to do. Go cook, read a book. Let that person have their space. Ain't nothing better than living in a place where you're allowed to have your space. But it's even better when you're allowed to have your space and that person wants to share the space. And not share it like take up. See, it's the difference. Not take up space. Like, pay attention to me. Stop playing the game. Or stop reading your books. Stop talking on the phone. Not like that. Share the space. Chime into what you're doing. Get interested in what you're doing. In each other's things. There's things my wife does. I'd be like, what the fuck? But now I like it. She wanna go places that I'm not interested. You know, I adapt. I go, I give my own little spin, my own little swag. I do my own little thing. I wind up liking it sometimes more than her. And now we could do that together. Compromise, subtract, adapt, add, and evolve. You know. I hope this works for y'all. Love y'all. Leave comments below. Follow me on Instagram at Raxiel_Liz. The whole 9 yards. Get the shit the fuck up in love book. All that good stuff. Have a lot of sex. Be blessed.